my friends. Hey, my friends. I'm back. It was really strange not being here the last 2 days. And the result is that today is Thursday, but it feels like a Monday. Hopefully you were able to get a workout in even without my live feed. I mean, obviously taking a break is good for everybody and anybody, but it's also really important to be consistent. So, and I guess I often go on recovery reflections unintentionally, but I think that's like an important thing in recovery too, is like learning how to be consistent and trust yourself and trust in your own integrity. So for me, I learned all of those little lessons really easily in the gym, and then have spent years trying to transfer them to my real life. Well, I guess I shouldn't say real life, my life outside of the gym. So that's why I personally love fitness as one of my recovery tools. It allows me to put my coping mechanisms into kind of a controlled environment, right? Like a workout sometimes feels like chaos or the end of the world, but I know that it's going to stop at a certain time and that it's a safe place and etc. So I can also count on during workouts getting frustrated and having to confront failure and all of those fun things that help us grow. So then I can learn like who I am in those moments, and I can show up as that human outside of fitness with those same skills like integrity, consistency, grit, determination, dependability, etc., etc. But yeah, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here for fitness, and I'm so happy that some of you are here with me too. The only material you're gonna need is your own music, because when I share mine, it bumps me off due to copyrights, as it should. Artists deserve recognition, so I'm cool with that. Hopefully you are too. Today's workout, when you look at it, are a whole bunch of really big numbers. I don't think we're gonna do them all. We might, I don't know. Sometimes I surprise myself and maybe us. But what I wanted to talk about is like managing over planning. For me, the best metaphor is like when you're really hungry and you go to this store, like a restaurant, and you order all of this stuff, and like maybe you also get an appetizer, maybe you also get a second appetizer, and you plan on getting dessert, and then you have all this food and it's unmanageable, but you try anyways, at least if you're me, because I suffer from all the isms. You just like shovel it in. So I'm finding that that's happening on my schedule. I'm usually really productive and good at managing my time, but I'm finding that what I think I can do in a day, I'm only doing this much, and then I'm having anxiety over the things that I didn't get to. And then they go to the next day, and then the next day's list is even longer, and then we get some of it done, and then I have a bigger chunk to go to the third day, and it's just like driving me nuts. I'm driving myself nuts. That's what I'm saying here. So I thought, what a fun concept for our workout today. I'm gonna over plan. I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff, big, huge numbers, and I'm gonna have to go into it knowing I won't get it all done. That scares me. I don't like it. But sometimes you gotta just do what you don't like to do. So anyways, when you look at those big numbers, please know that the purpose is for us to just manage getting through as much as we can and letting the rest go. So before we get to those movements, let's start with warming up our joints and letting them go. We're gonna swing our arms side to side 10 times. And then up and down 10 times. Ooh, watch out for the ceiling. Next to your legs, you want to warm up those hip joints. I recommend holding on to something, but it's forward and back 10 times. And then side to side 10 times. Open those hips up. Both legs. Remember, the purpose is just to get blood flowing. It doesn't matter how high you kick them, you can put them right here. For me, I like to try to get a hamstring stretch, that's why I go high, but really I just want blood flowing to those hips. All right, next we're gonna go through all the moves of the workout in order. We're just gonna practice them. One, so you can ask questions if you have them, but two, that's part of the warm-up also. Get our bodies ready for these big numbers. So the first one is gonna be flutter kicks. And the goal is to target your hip flexors and lower abdomen. So you're gonna lay down on your back, lift your feet up, and flutter. Okay? If you're struggling with those and you want to make them a little easier, relax your neck, keep your legs bent. Okay? If you want to make them more difficult, get into this hollow position where your spine's on the floor and your shoulders are up, and hold that while you do it. The hardest part of flutter kicks, counting them. The next move is jumps. I know that sounds random and generic, but I would love to say jump rope. However, the goal of my class is to teach you that you can find fitness anywhere without excuses. So imaginary jump rope. Pro tip, you can't hurt yourself. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can't whip yourself with the imaginary jump rope. So even if your rhythm's off, you're not going to trip, which is really great for uncoordinated people like me. So when you're doing your practice jump rope, you can go with traditional style, double unders, or I like to think of it as like the fighter one where they kind of like skip back and forth. I always wanted to be able to do that, so it's fun for me to pretend. The next one, you're gonna do our 200 press-ups. This one's a little weird. It's adapted from a physical therapy move. You wanna really relax the lower part of your body and just use your shoulders. I'm gonna go from the side angle so you can see. Bring your hands in right tight to your rib cages. Rib cage, you only have one. Then you're just gonna press up and release, okay? If you squeeze your posterior, it's gonna make pressing up more difficult, and we wanna get a nice stretch in the back while also working our shoulders, so it's just like this. I know, that sounds silly, but your triceps are gonna be burning after a bunch of those. Try a couple now. Man, there's a typo on there. All right. And the next one is squats. So squat means I want to be hip width apart, not wider than my hips, but just about where my hip bones are. I should be able to draw a straight line. And then if your feet angle out or go straight is really up to what feels good to you. But the next thing you're gonna do is squat down, spread your knees so there's room for your hips, and stand up. So from the side, you're gonna send your hips back, then down, and then up. If squats start to get really tiring, don't quit, just modify. Go partway down. Or get a chair and sit right on the chair and get up. Do a couple of those. And then the last move, I'll retype it because in the comments it says 100, which doesn't have anything after it. I guess you could pick whatever you wanted. I wouldn't know because I only see my side. But the flutter kicks target the lower abdomen. I wanted to target the top and the obliques. So we're going to do crunches, but we're going to put a little twist in them. So for the crunch, you really want to focus on the top part of your abdomen, just getting your shoulders off, and put a little twist on it. If you want to make it more difficult, bring your feet up and go all the way to your knees. I will not be going to my knees. All right, friends, before we get started, let me know if you have questions. All right. I don't see any questions, which means you're all as excited as I am for this workout. So, same strategies you would use in real life when you have more to do than you have time to do it. Break it up. Don't focus on the end product. Take it one rep at a time, right? Like all of those slogans and sayings and really coping strategies, they can help you in your workout too. So for me, I'm looking at 300 flutter kicks. I know if I go until I'm absolutely exhausted, like say maybe, I don't even know, 100, then the next 200 are going to be much less manageable. So instead of burning myself out, I know right now I'm going to break them up probably somewhere around 50. I'll have to feel it out as I go, but I recommend the same thing for you. As always, deep breaths, water if you take a break, and go at your own pace. You can go faster than me. If you finish, you get done with those 100 crunches, go right back to those flutter kicks. You can go slower than me. Maybe today's not your fast day, or you're sore from some other workout or gardening or whatever it is you did. Move at your own pace, and I'm here as a resource. So if you have questions, let me know. Okay, got my timer. We're gonna work for 11 minutes. When that 11 minutes is up, regardless of how far we've gotten, that's where we're gonna stop. So that's a good practice in learning how to let it go and do what you can. So I'm gonna count us down 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna start with 300 flutter kicks. All right, get your music playing. 3, 2, 1, go. Don't forget to breathe. All right, keep going those 300 flutter kicks. Woohoo! If you finish your 300 flutter kicks, the next thing is 250 jumps, as if you're jump roping. So 250. Remember, 250 jump ropes. After that, it's 200 press-ups. We are almost halfway done. I can say I'm actually thankful for COVID because that would have been horrible if it was a real jump rope. If you're just getting here, I'm not napping, I'm resting, because 200 press-ups is a lot. This is the part where it feels like real life, because I'm starting to panic about how much more is left. But I can only do small sets, right? Like me, I'm doing 5s. Same with life, right? Can only do the thing right in front of me. Keep going, friends. We're at 7.5 minutes. frustration, dedication, wondering about preparation. 2 more minutes. Almost done. Stick with it. $60 seconds. That's all you got. $15 seconds. 5 seconds. And time. Sometimes the workout is too real. That was exactly like real life for me. I'm just gonna break that down because I find it so interesting and hilarious and also frustrating. So I wanted to pick big numbers that were unmanageable to deal with that like frustration that I feel sometimes, where it's like I have so much to do but I can't do it, and then it makes me not want to do it at all anyways, because if I can't finish it, why should I even start? And using the tempting carrot of, well, I'll put the stuff I don't want to do first and the stuff I do want to do after, so it's like dangling a carrot in front of me. So that's what I did when I planned the workout. Squats are my absolute favorite. Like, we could have done 500 of those and I'd be happy. I put them more towards the end. Press-ups, however, are the least thing that I want to do. So I was just hoping, like, let me get through these press-ups so I can squat. And I started to get really frustrated. Like, legit, I'm on the floor pressing up 200 times on the camera. This is so dumb. This is stupid. And I just had a moment where I was like, wow, that's a lot like real life. When I can only speak for myself, right? When I hit extreme frustration, something I feel like I should be able to do, but I can't. Should, again, horrible word for my personal vocabulary. Whenever that thing shows up, should, I'm not in a good place mentally. I do tend to think like, oh, this is dumb. I shouldn't even be doing it. All of this like super negativity. That's not my usual go-to, but I know that that's a trigger for it, is failure and being seen in failure. So yeah, ironically, that workout was perfectly planned for exactly what I wanted. But in the middle of it, I was like, I don't want this. What was I thinking? So I hope that you had a moment of clarity, and more so that you actually just got a good workout. Because I'm like, yeah, I definitely got a little baby arm pump going. Anyways, I'm in a talking mood today. Let's do what we came here for. Get back to fitness. I do want to stretch, so we did a lot of pressing in our hip flexors. We're going to start with the opposite. So down into a child's pose. Go ahead and put your feet together. Sit on your feet, and then you're going to push yourself into a child's pose. I like to walk myself out there, so starting, my hips are down. I'm eventually going to get to a point where my hips come up, and that's okay. Once I'm there, I'm just going to rest. Big, deep breaths. All right, go ahead, look up from your child's pose. From this position, so our toes are together, our knees are wide, our hips are down. I want to add a shoulder stretch. So what you're going to do is reach forward as far as you can, plant your elbows, and reach your hands down your back. Pushing your elbows right into the ground, that's going to allow you to get your triceps. If you're flexible and this isn't good enough, you can kind of twist to the side and push deeper into it. But hips back towards your heels and elbows down into the floor. Release your arms. Go ahead and lay down. The next one, we're going to make a big T. You're going to pull one hand into your rib cage, use it for leverage. The other one, the palm is down on the ground. You're just going to flip over. So you're getting that nice stretch in the front of your shoulders. Relax your neck. All right, go ahead and lay back down in center. Arms out to the side. Opposite one comes into the rib cage. Roll over. Relax the neck. Come back to center. Thank you so much for attending the workout today. I missed you over the last 2 days, and I will be back tomorrow for Fun Friday, and then every day next week at 3. Don't forget, we're here for more than just workouts. I will post all of our information in the comments, but probably the easiest place to find it is right on our Facebook page. But the things that I love most about all of these resources is our YouTube channel, where you can find any of our workouts, book talks, meditations, yogas, really anything we have to offer is logged there. And then the peer services. So if you or a loved one wants help walking their recovery journey, that's what our peers are there for. Those are my 2 favorite things. Other things included in there are links to all the different mutual aid groups. I think I said this the other day, but recovery is like a wheel, and at the hub is you. You are the center and the most important. But coming off that is the spokes that support it and keep it moving, right? So recovery is one of those spokes, one way for you to enhance your own journey through recovery. There are plenty of other options to fill out that wheel. But you do you, and however you do it, we support you and we're here as a resource. I can't say enough how much I appreciate those of you that show up. It keeps me showing up and helps me with my recovery journey too. So that being said, have a good Thursday and I will see you tomorrow.